In this video, I'm going to speak about the difference between marijuana and ayahuasca. My name is Alice, I'm from a whole new high. Welcome to our channel. So now I'm going to speak about the difference between ayahuasca, the power plant, which is a female spirit, which is often called the grandmother, and marijuana, which is also a power plant, but that's something that many people don't know, what a healing plant this can be, because people very often use it recreationally and don't know that you can also use marijuana to really go inside yourself and bring up trauma and heal trauma or reveal things about yourself. So this is going to be a very interesting comparison. So ayahuasca is the light worker. Marijuana is the shadow worker. What does that mean? Ayahuasca will dive into your darkness and bring it all into the light of your consciousness. That's why it sometimes can be really intense. And marijuana works in the dark, it works in the background. It works without you necessarily knowing what marijuana is doing in the background. Both plants, what they have in common is they work with your intention. Usually, when you go to an ayahuasca ceremony, you come with an intention. But if you just smoke marijuana recreationally, you often do not have an intention. But marijuana always works with your intention, so it will take your subconscious intention. And maybe that day, your subconscious intention is like, oh, I really need to calm down. And that's why marijuana will help you to calm down. But other times, your subconscious intention might be, I'm really scared right now and I need this to come into my awareness. And that's when marijuana will make your anxiety and your fear much bigger, so that you become aware of it. And that's when people have these freak out experiences on marijuana, which is actually their subconscious intention coming forward through marijuana. But now you can use marijuana as well with a conscious intention. And for those where marijuana is legal, I actually recommend trying this out. It's an incredible healing plant. So if you have an intention, like for example, please marijuana, help me find out where what the root of this problem is. And you take it with a lot of respect, you make a little ceremony where you thank the plant, you bless the plant, you say your intention, and then you smoke it. And then you meditate. And you will see that it's a completely different experience than if you take marijuana in front of your television. It can actually, when you actually have to go there with your focus, with your consciousness, because it doesn't, as it works in the background, you can go follow what it's doing and then become aware of it. It's not like ayahuasca, who would put it into your face and there's no escaping. For marijuana, you go and follow it. And then if you do go follow it, you will see what incredible lessons this plant has to teach you. What incredible insights it can give you. That's very powerful. It's just as powerful as ayahuasca. And by the way, I said ayahuasca is the grandmother. Marijuana is often called the mother. So they are both female plants. They have a female spirit. And they both have a lot to teach in very different ways. That's why it's important not to take them together, because they have such different ways of working. It's not recommended to smoke marijuana right before you go into ayahuasca ceremony, or smoke marijuana right after your ayahuasca ceremony. Now, one big difference between the two plants, because they work in such different ways, is of course the risk of addiction is a lot higher with marijuana, because it works in the background and because it doesn't put your problems right into your face all the time like ayahuasca does. Of course, people can get addicted to anything. but it is a lot harder to get addicted to ayahuasca when you have to face your shit all the time. That's not necessarily something somebody who wants to escape themselves wants to do all the time. But there are exceptions, of course. Marijuana, because it doesn't put your problems into your face all the time, but it works with your intention, and if your intention is to forget, it will help you to forget. And it's not judgmental at all, the spirit of marijuana, so it will not judge you for wanting what you want. It will help you to bring these parts into your awareness or into other people's awareness. That's why it is much easier to become addicted to marijuana than to ayahuasca. The risk of addiction is actually quite high with marijuana if you do it unconsciously. If you do it consciously, then the risk of addiction is much lower, because the trip can become very intense as well. But even if you do it consciously, sometimes you might still continue to do it unconsciously other times, because, let's be honest, it's just a nice feeling to relax, especially in a society like ours where we're so fast paced. Marijuana really helps us to slow down, and sometimes that just becomes too much and become addicted to that, because also maybe part of us is stuck in the other extreme of having to go, or maybe just thinking that you have to go. Well, another big difference between ayahuasca and marijuana is that during an ayahuasca ceremony, you will most likely vomit. It will be a cleanse from the inside out. And marijuana, you don't vomit. So it's not such a physical experience. Another difference is that most often people take ayahuasca together with the shaman and take marijuana alone, while it's really good to take marijuana together with the shaman as well. People are more inclined to take it alone, and taking ayahuasca alone is really not recommended, even though people do it too. But you become so open energetically that like lots of things can attach themselves to you, and it can make the trip really difficult if you do not have a shaman there who knows how to do energetic work. Now, the same thing is with marijuana. You have to be careful. You open yourself up energetically to other beings. So you want to do an energetic protection meditation before you smoke it. Because that can be another reason of why marijuana takes aliveness out of some people, is when entities attach themselves to them. If you smoke marijuana every night and you have no energetic protection because of that, it can bring you into very low frequencies where entities attach themselves to you and stay with you for a while. Another difference is the visions that you will get, where you can, if you follow marijuana, as I explained before, you can get amazing visions. But the ayahuasca has very, very strong visions, and very particular visions with lots of intense colors and lots of patterns and geometric patterns. And very often you see snakes in ayahuasca. And marijuana is not so, doesn't have such a particular vision as ayahuasca does. Well, another difference, of course, is the amount of time. An ayahuasca journey can last between 6 hours and 13 hours, and a marijuana experience will be much less. It, of course, depends on how much you smoke. Of course, it also depends on how much ayahuasca you drink. But a marijuana experience, like the very intense part of a marijuana experience, can last from 1 hour to 3 hours, maybe sometimes a bit longer. But ayahuasca takes a lot longer. Also, with marijuana, it is much easier. Like once you've gone through the experience, you just go asleep afterwards. Or with ayahuasca, you really need to go through the whole experience until ayahuasca decides it is over, and only then you can go asleep. So these were the main differences between ayahuasca and marijuana. If you know about a difference that I did not mention here, please let me know. I'm very curious to know, and I'm sure everybody else is too. If you have any questions, please let me know as well. Please subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you here again. And thank you for watching.